Guess what, you crazy kids? Tickets to the Just Okay tour are 15% off right now. So if you want to come see me and you want to get you some VIP tickets, you can use code Jaime15 and save yourself 15%. Why am I talking like Pat? The world may never know. I've done a couple sales during live streams and on Instagram and stuff, and I have heard you loud and clear that not all of you are seeing those, so I'm so happy and thrilled to give you guys 15% off today. Again, that is Jaime15. I don't know how long this sale is lasting. I'll put it in the pinned comment, but get your tickets to the Just Okay tour. It's gonna be just okay. By the way, it's like upon us. It is less than a month away. Oh my God. Hope I'm ready. I'm ready. I can't wait. I can't wait to meet you guys. I can't wait to perform for you. I got special guests. I got openers. Joel Berry, whom you know as Tavin, is coming with me to LA. We got hilarious stuff planned for you. Anyway, come see me. Save yourself 15%. Love you guys. Let's get into the video.
I'm Jimmy Fritsch. I need all you dozens of viewers out there to just tell me how you like this, alright? Welcome to the show.
Hey friends. These are my new blue light glasses. You guys like them? Kind of feel like a curly-headed version of Sam Sparks. Hi, Sam Sparks. I'm America. Swallow Falls degrees and...
Well, let's just go to the mayor.
So I have waited. I've taken my sweet time to sort of dive into the culturally cringe phenomena that is the Hawk Tuah girl. I don't really know why. Perhaps because I was just busy, focusing on body-shaming reality TV shows from a decade ago.
Do you look like you're a minority?
Or perhaps it's just because I didn't really want to explain or catch people up on how exactly this girl got famous, because it's a little bit gross. I don't know, I kind of thought that Hawk Tuah girl was just gonna come and go, like Salt Bae. Remember Salt Bae? This guy? He really couldn't maintain his relevance just by doing this. Basically, I just didn't have much to talk about when it came to the Hawk Tuah girl. However, now, with the launch of her highly produced podcast, it would seem as though Hawk Tuah girl has a little more staying power than we all anticipated. Listen, I watched some of the Hawk Tuah girl. I don't know her real name. What's her real name? Haley? Or Haley? Haley Welch. I watched some of Haley's podcasts, and there's just a lot to unpack. It's quite culturally interesting, Haley is a fun gal. That's a good way to describe her. She's very young, bubbly, laughs a lot. She's just one of those creators that I feel like I have such a wildly different life than. When I look at her, I just picture her and like 20 other little influencer industry minions following her around like in a flock. And when Haley stops, the other ones all just like bump into her and they all like fall on top of each other, domino style. I feel like that's what her life was like probably. But somehow, as they're falling on top of each other and muttering like horizontal brand integration, somehow a slickly produced podcast has emerged from all that. A podcast with A-list celebrities and possibly Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter is set to appear on Talk Tuah. Are you kidding me? Is this real? What's the world coming to? Whoever is on Haley's team is like working really hard. Just the simple fact that she changed the spelling of her first name from Haley to Haley for search engine optimization purposes tells me that she at the very least has somebody on her staff who's thinking about search engine optimization. Say that 5 times fast. Search engine optimization, search engine optimization, search engine. Sure. Now, some people say that Haley is like factory created or something. I don't think she's factory created per se, but is she perhaps factory sculpted? Is she a factory sculpted big influencer who has created an entire persona based on a viral 7-second clip? Or is there something that we're missing? Is there more to the Hawk Tuah girl than Hawk Tuah-ing? We're gonna find out, okay? But first we have a quick message from today's sponsor.
And now a word from our sponsors.
I recently was in San Diego for a live show, and when I got to my VRBO, I realized they didn't have any shampoo. Never been to a VRBO that didn't have like little sample shampoos, but there's a first time for everything. So I had to go to the local drugstore and get some yucky, cheap shampoo, and my hair looked puffy and frizzy, and the curls were gone, and Nick took a picture of me at the airport to make fun of me, and it was a little bit traumatic. And as some of you may remember, what I said in the caption of that Instagram story is, this one's for all of you who don't believe me when I say that way makes a difference. The way my hair looked that day was proof that way is the way to go. So as you can see, I have quite curly hair. Sometimes it's more on the wavy side. Sometimes it's frizzy. It's medium strand. Medium to fine, I would say. Crazy thick, meaning there's a heck load of actual hairs. And it has been just a huge journey. It's been a huge journey to get to this point, and products from Way were the last piece of the puzzle. I absolutely love and adore the detox shampoo. I've talked to you guys about it before. The anti-frizz cream is super lightweight and wonderful. Doesn't weigh the waves down. I love the hair oil. I drench my hair in that sometimes at night, like before showering. It's very important to have moisture to maintain your curl pattern, your wave pattern, or whatever pattern your hair is. You need moisture. But recently I discovered the medium hair shampoo, and oh my god, I can't really decide between the two, but I love the medium hair shampoo so much. I definitely get a little bit more lift, I feel like, with that one. And fun enough, you can actually go on the Way website and take like a hair quiz, and it will recommend products for you suited specifically to your hair type. So friends, if you want to wash your way to healthy hair, you can visit theway.com. That is TheOuai.com/Jaime French. Make sure to spell my name correctly, and that will get you 15% off any product. I want to make a recommendation for you, but I don't know exactly what your hair type is. So take that quiz, make it personal, and get the product that works for you. Again, friends, that is theway.com, TheOuai.com/Jaime French, and you will save 15% off of a product. Thank you so much to The Way for sponsoring me today, making sure my hair looks good, and giving my friends an amazing discount code. And now back to the show. Hey kids, we're back. I don't really want to talk about the Hawk Tuah girl's backstory that much. Like I said, I find it a little bit gross. And no, it's not because I'm a prude. I've been married for 14 years, okay? Not everything has to be said on the internet, all right? Everybody knows it. Everybody and their mom and their mom's mom knows it. So, Haley's podcast is cleverly titled Talk Tuah.
Talk Tuah.
Which, as gross as I find all of this, is quite clever. It kind of sounds like a southern way to say, talk to her. Hey, did you call me Ma yesterday? No, I don't want to talk to her. Very clever.
Talk to it is good.
It's good.
Because I'm talking to it, you know?
So this is interesting, okay? According to the second episode of her podcast, which is called I Told Granny About Hawk Tuah, Haley said she was very drunk the night of that fateful interview from consuming blue slushy drinks all day that she speculates contained vodka. That's a little concerning that she doesn't quite know if they contained vodka.
There's no way that's only orange juice.
It's... Okay, maybe there's like a little extra in there too.
But anyway, she was obviously had too much to drink that night, and after the video came out, she was mortified and embarrassed and didn't leave her house for 2 weeks.
I was like, okay, I gotta get in my car and go home because I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Me and Granny are on the way home, and I'm over here, and there's a sad song on the radio. I'm like, keep it together.
Granny has no idea what's happening.
Granny has no idea at this point. She's like, why are you in such a hurry to leave? I was like, Granny, I just need to get in the car and go. I was like, I'm ready to take a nap. I need to take a shower. I was like, I just need to go home. We get home, I go in my room, I was like, oh, Jesus.
So I guess we should all applaud how she turned mortification and shame and humiliatedness into a brand. But is it possible, friends? Can somebody take the silliest reason to become famous and go beyond that, go beyond the R-rated jokes, and start to become known for an interesting personality or a skill or a talent? Or is it like that kid from my 6th grade math class who farted so loud that he eventually had to switch schools because nobody would ever let him live it down?
There's no correlation between fame and actually being decent at anything anymore. What do you say to people like that?
Okay, let me put it this way. I don't wake up and hate on anybody else.
Let's watch the Talk Tuah trailer, shall we?
She's literally doing anything to stay relevant.
Does anyone actually give a fuck about her?
Why are we keeping this girl relevant?
Your 15 minutes are up.
Your joke was funny for 2 days.
Okay, I do like how she started out with like the hate comments of people doubting her, you know, not giving her a spitting chance. Sorry.
Y'all really thought I was done? I'm just getting started, baby.
Okay, it is a little odd to me that with all this production value, they like didn't mic her properly, but it's forgivable.
It smells warm. F*** you.
Yeah!
Oh yeah, you booked Jake Paul. You obviously have to tease that you booked Jake Paul.
What's one move in bed that makes a girl go crazy?
Oh, Jake Paul in yet another episode. Usually, you know, a trailer will show like a diversity of guests and content, but okay.
I'm Haley Will. A little while ago, my life took a complete left turn and it changed forever. And along the way, I've realized that everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Well, now it's my time to talk. Check out my podcast every week, Talk Tuah, where I'm sitting down with the coolest guests and having actual conversations with them. And Pookie.
Who is Pookie?
Oh, now Logan Paul. Cool.
Who is Pookie?
He may stop by too.
New episodes every week! Subscribe to that thing!
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but it's literally just looking like this podcast is just a collab with the Paul brothers. But let's see what the good people of the internet have to say about this project. Skipped my funeral for this. That's funny, and I think I get it. Just unplugged my grandma's life support to charge up my phone so I can watch this. Okay, I see what we're doing here. Earth is 4 billion years old, and we somehow managed to exist at the same time as the Talk Tuah podcast. Take a moment to reflect on how blessed by divinity we are as a species. Okay, I think I get what's happening. I think we're like faux hyping how excited we are for the podcast. That's fun. It's very snarky. Fun little pile on. Let me see if I can do one. Turned down the guaranteed lifelong respect and approval of my peers for this. Actually, no, that kind of says more about me. Anyway, I had to go down like 50 comments deep to find an actual positive comment, and it says, love this crap. And really, it's not even clear if Michael Saunders Z1K here is saying that he loves the show for real, or like the highly sarcastic comments.
What?
So this podcast has been out for a couple weeks, and you may be asking yourself, is anyone actually consuming this? Who is this for? Well, that's a great question, and the answer is resoundingly yes, people are watching it. This Reddit post says, Talk Tuah is now the third most popular podcast in the US behind Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson. Ugh. So basically, even though every single person who is online hates it, that doesn't mean it's not a smash hit. I really like this explanation of its popularity from a Reddit user named The Russians Are Coming. People tend to forget that there's a lot of horny men out there. Yes, lest we forget that truth. I feel like it's more than that, though. I feel like young girls her age, like 16-year-olds, not even her age, like a little bit younger. I could see like high school girls being into this, you know, and thinking it's cool and laughing about it with their besties.
You know that Jimmy Carter is set to appear on the Talk Tuah with Haley Welch?
Can someone please tell me who Jimmy Carter is?
You don't know who Jimmy Carter is, seriously? Jimmy Carter, pop star, late 90s, tragically passed a couple years ago, related to Nick Carter. Kids these days, man.
I'm a pop star.
But for real, about the Jimmy Carter thing, is that really happening? Is it real? It says yes, but that promo picture is, I don't believe it.
I've got it all. I am locked and loaded with tools, yet still I'm 39 and not married.
What does a spiritual coach do?
We go through visualizations. We like go into our higher selves.
Yeah, so in this clip, Haley and non-Paul brother Caitlin Bristow were kind of chatting about like spiritual coaches, talking about your inner child before it suddenly went a little off course.
If I could tell my inner child one thing, I'd be like,
make dick jokes.
Yeah, make dick jokes. We need a hat that says that.
Do we though? It almost seemed like a meaningful conversation, but we're back to the old bread and butter. We were so close. I also liked this clip from her interview, I think it was last week, with the country music star Dasha.
I was gonna say, do you smoke weed or do you like see a therapist?
Hell yeah.
I smoke the hell out of some green ganja now.
The first time I smoked weed was in college, though, at Belmont in Tennessee.
Really?
Don't hunt me down.
First time I smoked pot, I was like 9 years old.
9? 9 years old? You're smoking the green ganja at 9 years old? That's tragic. The podcast is just like, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard, but I have yet to hear anything of substance. I watched a little bit of the Jojo Siwa interview today, and I was just like, I feel like there were a couple parts in the beginning that were a little awkward. Like, I get it, you know, it's hard to interview people. I don't know that I would be any good at it, but I feel like maybe Hawk Tuah Girl could use like a little bit of training, a little bit of media training of like how to interview and interact with her guests. There was just kind of a lot of like So anyway, do you Hawk Tuah?
Do you Hawk Tuah? Actually, yeah.
Stop it.
A couple parts that were awky. Also, JoJo is just still a little bit insufferable for me.
I have big energy.
Oh yeah, she kept like getting stuck and then looking over at her co-host, being like, I'm gonna look over at you. And her friend's like, don't you look at me, this is your show.
Chelsea, I'm just gonna look at you.
Don't look at me. This is all you right there.
Yeah. I'm looking at you for an answer.
Just a little awky. But the thing I hated the most was every single thing that JoJo said.
I spent like 60 grand in one weekend on this girl just to get laid, and it didn't work.
What?
I've always been really mature.
I'm sorry, JoJo. JoJo's got a good sense of humor. She can take it. The other thing I thought was really weird is like how meanly is that the right word? How meanly Haley spoke about men in general.
They're fucking gross. Half of them don't even brush their teeth.
Ew.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
Like, if I was a dude watching, I would be offended. And that's coming from a comedian who often teases men. I thought that was like a tad below the belt, in my opinion. Because, you know, picture like the reverse. Picture a dude starting a podcast and being like, women are disgusting. You're not missing nothing by not kissing a woman. Would that go over well? I feel like definitely not. I don't know, guys. I get the appeal of Haley in this show. You know, she's like, she grew up like lower middle class, so she doesn't have that polished, media trained feel or a filter. She doesn't have a filter, which is perfect for stuff like this, for like reality. She'd be a great reality TV star. You know, she's obviously like in her early 20s era, gabbing to her besties about early 20s stuff, and her boyfriend Pookie.
His name is Pookie. We'll go with Pookie.
We call him Pookie.
We call him Pookie.
This podcast is like a coming of age, fish out of water fantasy. It's gonna go over super well with girls from like 13 to 30. 13 going on 30. And if you can get past the origins of her fame, she might do quite well and have a quite long career. It just doesn't really seem like she wants to get past it, you know? It seems like she's just really owning the whole Hawk Tuah thing. So basically the haters, i.e. the internet, i.e. cynical people, i.e. people like myself, it is not for us in the slightest. And that is my taking stock Tuah. That's all for me today, friends. Come see me on tour, where we definitely will not be talking about any of the topics featured on Talk Tuah. We're just gonna have good, clean fun. Okay? That's what we do here. I hope to see you all there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!